Great. Well, okay. Well, seeing as Richard Wiseman is with us this week, we're going to play a game now, our next round, which is called Ask the Wise Man. See what Wiseman? Ask the wise man. Do you get it? You get it. It's just not funny. Okay. Okay. Right. Well, we're going to ask the wise man if he can tell which one of our panel is telling the truth. Okay? So, first up is Joe.
I'm Joe Caulfield and I played drums in a rockabilly band.
I'm Graham Thomas and I played drums in a school marching band.
I'm Kieran McAllister and I play drums in a Bon Jovi tribute band.
I hope I know who's lying, and I'm pretty convinced, I'll put my reputation on this, that you, sir, Keir, are lying.
Yes. Okay, but who's telling the truth?
Oh, right, got to understand the truth.
Yes.
I wasn't listening out for that. Who's telling the truth?
There might be a clue in how I'm dressed.
It could be a double bluff.
There might be a clue in how I'm dressed.
I think Joe is definitely telling the truth.
You're right.
Oh, well done. I was indeed telling the truth. Okay, we've got a couple more of these. Okay, so Joe, do you want to start us off again?
I'm Joe Caulfield and I trained as a white witch.
I'm Graham Thomas and I trained to be a Hare Krishna.
I'm Kieran McAllister and I trained to be a vicar.
Oh, that's a tricky one. I would say, I would bet everything I own, not really, on the person telling the truth is actually Keir.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is Keir. Excellent. Wow. Right, well, we've got one more go at these. So Joe's starting off again.
I'm Joe Caulfield and I can type 120 words per minute.
I'm Kieran McAllister and I hold an HEV licence.
I'm Graham Thomas and I can strip and put together an army rifle blindfolded.
Oh, that's really tricky. I wouldn't bet any money on this at all. And if I had to go somewhere, which I do, I would say that Joe is telling the truth.
I'm very offended because when I was at school, it was the thick girls that did typing.
Ah, Keir?
No.
Really? You can do that? Wow. There we go. There we go.
Can I just say that because I asked to set up this game, so I sent a text to Keir and to Graham to say, can you just send me a true or unusual fact about you? And this is what I got from Graham. It says, I can strip and put together an army rifle blindfolded. I'm a 3-star at the sabre in fencing. I was Edinburgh and Lothian junior champion at tennis table. I've sung in St Mary's Cathedral in the choir. Also, once on holiday, I ran over a man.
Just my Mr. Ben lifestyle.
At least he didn't fucking shoot him.
And, Richard Wiseman, you will like this very much because Keir's said, I used to be a born-in Christian and was thrown out of the church because I accidentally called Jesus a wanker.
No, that's true though, but what happened was, just to explain that and put it in some kind of context, I was working as a youth pastor, right, and a kid came to me and he'd been caught by his mum wanking, right? And I said, look, Jesus was a man, and as a man, he grew up and he went through puberty, and he got rid of excess sperm the same way as everyone else, right? And he went back and told his mum this, and she exploded, right? And I get summoned to this meeting at the church, and they were going absolutely mental. And it wasn't like I was saying that we should throw a stained glass Jesus, window of Jesus knocking one out at the back of the church, you know what I mean? You know, it was an acceptable answer. It wasn't like I was just walking up to kids and going, yeah, Jesus was a wanker. Did you know that?
We have so lost all our Christian followers.
Okay, well, after that round, I think I will give 4 points to Graham and Keir for being quite so convincing. Well done. And just 3 points to Richard and Joe for not really doing quite as well as we'd hoped. It's incredibly tense at the moment. The scores, Graham and Keir have got 9 points, and Joe and Richard have 8. So there's still all to play for.
Are you sure about that?
No. Okay, now round 4. We have had the good stuff, and now it's time for the bad stuff. Again, I'm going to pick 2 comedians who are going to tell us the worst thing that's happened to them. And this week, it's the worst thing that's happened to them at one of their gigs. So to play this game, we're going to have Graham and Joe. And first up, Graham.
Right, one of the worst things that's happened to me happened last year. I was at a gig. It was a pub gig. So it was a pub gig. So they're not all gigs are not as normally as nice as this. It was a pub gig, and it was a dodgy pub. It was a pub, quite frankly, that I wouldn't drink in. Right, but yeah, I'm doing a gig. That's a strange thing. Where I'm looking at the pub, going, I wouldn't nip in there for a swift half, cowering in the corner. But I'm quite happy to go and go, oh, hello, how are you all doing? So it's just bizarre. There is a false sort of bravery with stand-up. There is, like with the mic now. With the mic, sir, you start on me, I will bury you. But at the interval, you could kill me. It's a strange thing. So I'm in this pub, and I'm just thinking, what am I doing here? Why am I? This couldn't possibly get any worse, could it? It couldn't possibly get any worse, right? And then just as I'm about to get introduced, a man just vomits all over the floor. I've not even started yet, and this is some sort of top trump heckle. This is because I'm just thinking I've not even said anything yet. So at the moment he's just heckling my appearance. You know, how rude. Just look at him vomit. I did so, but it was just so awkward because they're having to clean this up now. They're cleaning this up as I'm going, hello, how are you all doing? I knew no one was listening, right? I knew no one was listening because when I left, right, I got through the words, right? And I saw a few people sort of nodding, 1 or 2 people rustling crisps, right? And I got through it, right? I got through it, and at the end, they just looked at me and I went, right, I'm just about to go now, but I'll tell you what, it's been a lot of fun. I've a little game. I've got £5 in my hand for anyone that can tell me my name. And the pub just looked at me, and you could just see the sort of trying to guess, going, if I could just get this right, if I could just, that's 2 pints or a pint and beans and a pie, which actually ended up on the floor. Not one of the bastards got the name right. It was a bad gig. There was sick on the floor, and no one could even remember it took place. So that was my bad. They're not always as nice as you guys. Thank you. Cheers.
There you go, that was Graham Thompson. Sorry, Graham Thomas. Right, Joe, you're up. Go for it.
This was when I first started doing stand-up, and when you first start, the only thing you want is to be able to get on stage. You just want to have some stage time so that you can try and be a comedian. And there was a guy who ran a club, this was when I lived in London, in Woking, and he ran it every fortnight, and he said to me, if you drive all the acts to and from London, you can compare it every fortnight, and it won't pay you. And I said, fantastic, that's brilliant. I was really excited about it. Now I think, what a fucking bastard, right? But, so I did it. So I was compare this club, and I was very new, and I would compare it every fortnight. And it was only small. It was smaller than this. And a lot of the audience were regular, so I'd look out and I would recognise people, think, oh, they came last time, they were there. I sort of knew people to look at, right? Now, it's since then that I have developed a slight phobia that when I do shows, like tonight backstage, there's a separate toilet for us to use, and I do like to use a separate toilet to the audience. Not in a diva-ish way, right? Because think about it, because if I go to the toilet with you in the interval, you might talk about me. you see. And this is what happened at this gig. So this one, I had to use the same audience toilet as the audience. So I go to the loo, and let's just say I've already committed to the toilet, right? So I'm sitting on the loo, and then I hear this group of women come in, and one of the women goes, "Oh no, it's her again. Every fortnight." This other woman goes, "I know, and she's not funny. Never says anything funny." I'm like just going cold inside, right? Going, "Oh my God." Then another one goes, "Yeah, and she's just annoying." Exactly. The other one goes, "Exactly. She's just annoying. I don't know why she comes. No one likes her." I'm just sitting there thinking, I can't leave, right? And then one of them goes, "I know. I mean, I really don't know why she comes. And also, it's not like she's even good at her job. I don't know why they made her head of accounts." Oh my God. I was so relieved, right? It's not me they hate. It's not me they hate. Oh, thank God, right? And this is how self-obsessed and inconsiderate and tactless comedians are. I was so relieved that it wasn't me. But I went out on stage and I started the show again, and I went, "Oh, a funny thing just happened in the toilet. I'll have to tell you." Yeah, you thought it through. I didn't. I told them the whole thing. I said, these women came in, they said no one likes her, she's not funny, she's not even good at her job. Right? Until I see this group of women just ashen-faced, just staring at me, one of them pointing along like, "The woman's here, what are you doing?" Right? And I was such an idiot. And you know when you do something that's so embarrassing that, like, for ages afterwards, every time you think about it, you just get waves of embarrassment. It's like a physical, "Oh, God, what an idiot," right? And I kept having that. And then it was about 6 years later, I go back to this club. I'm now booked out to be a comedian, to do 20 minutes, and I'm getting paid. So I do my 20 minutes, and then afterwards, this woman comes up to me, the head of accounts woman, and she says to me, she goes, "Oh, Joe, you probably don't remember me." I think, "Remember you? I think of you every day of my life." Right? And then this is what she said, and I didn't know what to say. And then she goes, "It's okay." She goes, "Don't worry about it." She goes, "It was embarrassing, it was painful, and I did cry." Something, oh, how awful. But then this is what she said. She goes, "But actually, it was a very pivotal day in my life because I didn't realise how I came across to people. And since then," she said, "I did a man management course, and now I get on with people at work so much better. I have a lot more friends in my social life as well. I'm basically a much happier person." So I said, "Oh, that's fantastic." And then I said, "Oh, and those women that you work with, you made friends with them?" "Oh, no," she goes. "Sacked those fucking bitches ages ago."
That is fantastic. Okay, right, like before we need to dish out the points, so I need you to help me out. If you think Joe should get the points, give us a cheer now. And if you think Graham should get the points, give us a cheer now. Okay, well, based on that, I think that makes the scores about 10-all going into the last round, eh?